What up, y'all? Welcome back to the AstraVibe Show. I'm Malik Harris.
Makatochini here.
And this is where you come to
Vibe with the tribe.
Had to slow it down a little bit on y'all. Today we were jumping in Resident Evil, and I'm super hyped. This is the entire timeline of all the video games. On this channel, we've always talked about doing anime, comic book, geek culture, but more specifically, we are a lore diving channel. There is the reaction side of it where we watch and break down things, but we more are interested in the conversations being had within the worlds, within the lore, within the characters. We do write our own stories. We have an entire connected universe with 25 plus different issues of comics, graphic novels, all that good jazz, as well as like live action films that tie to the universe, and everything from sci-fi, fantasy, and superheroes. So we're really deep into this whole thing, and as time goes on, it's going to be a lot more video games. A lot of video games. We already do a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Warhammer. So Resident Evil is one of those games that like we both childhood, nostalgia. It's kind of crazy. So with the new game coming out, Requiem 9, Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Jesus, God, there's a lot of games. Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot of catching up to do. I don't know how many you've played.
I need definitely a refresher for sure.
Right. So we're gonna jump into this, and then maybe after each game or so, we'll just pause it, try to take a couple notes, and make sure that we both fully understand what's going on. But for the most part, we're going to kind of sail through this, you know what I mean? And then try to save as much as we can for the end. So
I just know that Leon coming back into this, he's got to be tired. He's got to be in his late 40s, early 50s. Like, this man's been through so much. And it's
he's in his Liam Neeson bag.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely going to be in his Liam Neeson bag. We just...
Exactly. Nah, this man's fit. He's doing flips.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's looking good from what I saw.
I mean, they always do him justice.
Right.
They do every character justice until they kill him off.
Yeah, I don't even know about deaths, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I can't remember at least.
You will.
All right, let's jump into this, y'all.
The 9th entry in the mainline Resident Evil series is fast approaching.
Oh!
But if you're looking to jump in for the first time, you might be left wondering what the hell is going on.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Here is a very condensed synopsis of the main Resident Evil story and everything you need to know leading into Resident Evil Requiem. Warning, the following contains spoilers.
Damn.
A troll in Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil Zero.
Oh my! This is the first one I beat.
July 23rd, 1998. Raccoon City Police Stars Bravo team is dispatched to investigate murders in the Arclay Mountains, but crashes before they can reach.
Typical.
Survivor Rebecca Chambers makes her way towards a spooky-looking mansion nearby to find the rest of Bravo team. Before she can arrive, Rebecca, along with her newly acquired convict companion Billy Cohen, arrive at an abandoned training facility, discovering that its former director, Dr. James Marcus, along with former partner Oswald E. Spencer, was responsible for a new biological weapon dubbed the T-Virus, a deadly infection that turns humans into zombies and other monstrosities.
Resident Evil.
STAR's Alpha team is dispatched to...
Oh, what did it say that girl's name was?
Rebecca.
Oh, that was Rebecca? Redfield?
No.
Unless it's a different Rebecca.
It's a different Rebecca.
I don't know where I'm getting the name Redfield, but I feel like...
Yeah, it's definitely not Redfield. I would definitely have recognized the name. Rebecca Chamberlain.
Chamberlain?
Chamberlain.
Like Will Chamberlain?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? I don't know why. The way you're saying, you're looking, you're like,
I just know it's not Redfield.
Okay.
I just know it's not Redfield.
Fuck it. Let's run it back.
Rebecca Chambers makes her way...
Chambers,
okay.
STAR's Alpha team is dispatched to find out what happened to Bravo team. The search leads STAR's members Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Barry Burton, and team leader Albert Wesker to the Spencer Mansion. The gang splits up and discovers the horrible fates of fallen STAR's members.
Who?
Wesker.
Oh, Wesker?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, yeah, he was a part of the group before he went bad.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Damn, dude.
Damn, I'm already getting a lot of, I can't even, oh, man. Yeah, see, and this is the thing, too. As we're going into this, I can already see that this is kind of like speed running through this. There is a 3-hour and a 4-hour video that we thought about doing, but we know they're talking about dropping a preview for number 9, so we weren't sure, you know what I mean, on if they were still doing that or if they were just going to drop the trailer. So we wanted to at least get this little like overview out just so we can get a general idea. And then, 4-hour video after that. If you guys want us to, we'll definitely dive into it because certain details like what happened to Rebecca Chambers and Billy, I think is his name. I forgot what happened to them.
Billy.
I feel like he died because the guy always dies. You know what I mean? But I can't fully remember. So I would love to go back through all those. If you guys want us to, post in that comments, and we will get to that ASAP.
The Spencer Mansion. The gang splits up and discovers the horrible fates of fallen STARS members due to the T-virus outbreak. And Chris finds Bravo team member Rebecca Chambers still alive.
Hey.
Oh.
Chris Redfield, Alpha Team. We're here to rescue you.
Jill and Chris eventually discover that the Umbrella Corporation, a pharmaceutical company with shady business practices, was behind illegal experiments that resulted in the horrors roaming the mansion's halls. Eventually, once they reach the sinister laboratory, our survivors discover that Wesker, their team leader, is actually a traitor and works for Umbrella in some capacity. Wesker infects himself with a strain of the T-virus for some elaborate plan that involves releasing a new superweapon, the Tyrant, that swiftly kills him. After managing to defeat the monster, the remaining STARS team escaped the facility. Our survivors return to Raccoon City and begin to learn that the corruption runs deep.
Did you ever play the game on what console? Because I played it on this Nintendo 64.
I played Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64. That's what I beat it on that one. Resident Evil 0 was GameCube for me. Resident Evil... I feel like I never beat Resident Evil. I watched someone beat it. I think my dad played it and I watched him beat it, so I never actually beat that one, which is why I can't remember the system, but yeah. And then, a lot of them, like Resident Evil 4, Wii, Resident Evil 3 was PlayStation, but I also didn't beat that one.
Yeah, all the rest after that 64 was all PlayStation for me.
PlayStation.
Up until number 6.
Yeah, up until number 6. Resident Evil 5 also. That was another one. That was a fun one. Like the 4th one I beat, I think.
Yeah, me and my brother would always play that game all the time.
Number 5?
Yeah.
Because it had the co-op too, so it's like, number 4 was dope with Leon, but number 5, fucking with Chris and Sheva, that was dope. Sheva!
They decide to go rogue and investigate a grand corporate conspiracy. Chris heads off to Europe solo, and Jill stays in the city to learn more about Umbrella.
Resident Evil 3.
In September 1998, Raccoon City became overrun with zombies. Umbrella...
Am I tripping or just jump past number 2? Because I feel like that was Resident Evil.
They're doing the timeline, I think.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, they're doing timelines.
Resident Evil 3 was before Resident Evil 2? Crazy.
To return to Raccoon City and begin to learn that the corruption runs deep. They decide to go rogue and investigate a grand corporate conspiracy. Chris heads off to Europe solo, and Jill stays in the city to learn more about Umbrella.
Resident Evil 3.
Ugh.
In September 1998, Raccoon City became overrun with and Jill stays in the city to learn more about
see that
Umbrella.
one more time.
Resident Evil.
Oh, fuck, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's one of the...
I was like, that didn't go in her mouth. The title's right there. But no, that's sick. All right.
3.
What
In September 1998, Raccoon City became overrun with zombies. Umbrella sees this outbreak as an opportunity to test its latest bioweapon, sending down the experimental Nemesis, a hulking beast with a rocket launcher that's
that
tasked
shit was
only with the
crazy.
death of all STARS members.
Rocket launcher? Really?
While Jill desperately
shit.
tries to escape the outbreak with Nemesis hot on her heels, rookie RPD officer Leon S. Kennedy and Chris Redfield's younger sister Claire Redfield both...
Claire Redfield. Not Rebecca Redfield. That's where I was messing up.
Yeah, because Claire was just a police officer
Yeah.
slash
reporter,
detective. Like, she had nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah.
And then Leon happened to be going into town, and he runs into her
Yeah.
for his first day at work. Crazy first day.
I feel like it's always a fucking crazy first day in Raccoon City. It was crazy any day.
The first and only last day
Right.
in Raccoon City.
It's our first day when you see it, and then it's just straight to body. And you're like, damn. Were you guys ever even civilized? That's crazy.
Arrive in Raccoon City at the worst possible time.
Resident Evil 2.
After being separated following a car accident, Leon and Claire agree to meet up at the nearby police department. Unfortunately, the building is also infested with zombies.
That makes sense why I don't understand the timeline, because I never beat number 3, so I never got to the part, or I don't remember the part of Leon meeting up with Claire. I only remember Claire from number 3. And I saw that they did the remake also, and I was thinking about getting it just because I never actually beat the remake or number 3 in general, which now I'm thinking I might actually do that.
Oh, God.
Damn.
On her quest to find her brother Chris, Claire runs into Sherry Birkin, a young girl being pursued by a monstrous weirdo who turns out to not only be her dad, but also Umbrella's leading scientist William Birkin.
You gotta be kidding me.
Turns out Billy B had planned to betray Umbrella and sell his newly developed G-Virus, but before he had the chance, he was gunned down by Umbrella.
Damn.
Before dying, William managed to infect himself with the G-Virus, allowing it to spread into Raccoon City through the water system, creating the enormous mess all our characters are now dealing with. Nice one, Willie. Meanwhile, Leon runs into Ada Wong, an FBI agent who's seeking the G-Virus for herself to prove Umbrella's corruption. They decide to form an alliance, for now.
Thank you.
Leon and Ada.
Shout out to Ada Wong, because I remember in number 4 you could play as there was like a side mission once you beat the game and stuff like that. Yeah, and you get to play as her. And then I remember when the movies came out, I was so confused on the character that was like the main character in the movie. I thought it was Ada Wong, and then I was just like, wait, what is that? What's happening with this? And I remember I just couldn't fully understand as a kid. You know what I mean? So they need to bring her into. She hasn't been in any movies or anything, has she?
I think
or
she has.
Animated maybe. Or
She's. You know what? I don't remember.
Yeah, because they have the new movies too, where they brought like the whole cast, and yeah, it's kind of blurry. Yeah, I don't think I've seen all the new movies. You know, if that's something you guys are interested to, the Resident Evil movies, unless you guys are like, fuck the movies, you know what I mean? Just focus on the games. But yeah, we'd be down to watch some Resident Evil movies too, especially the newer ones. I don't feel like I haven't seen. Like
they did a little short series. I can't remember what it was on. I think it was like on Netflix or something.
The animated one?
No, it was a live action.
Oh, live action?
It was like a little series.
Oh shit! If you guys know the title of that, yeah, let me know.
They run into Birkin's wife Annette, who is not a big fan of the pair.
Damn, you only got shot in the back.
You'll never get the G-Virus!
Leon and Ada follow her to a secret Umbrella underground facility called Nest in pursuit of the G-Virus sample.
Nest.
Wonder where the G-Virus is.
Claire also arrives at Nest in search of a vaccine for a now infected Sherry. Leon manages to obtain the G-Virus sample, but runs into William, who, in his freakish form, mortally wounds his wife. Annette reveals to Leon that Ada is not what she seems, and is actually a mercenary who's looking to sell the G-Virus to the highest bidder.
She's gonna sell it.
Ada demands the G-Virus, but before Leon can hand it over, Annette manages to shoot Ada, who then falls to her death, dropping the G-Virus sample in the process. Claire finds the vaccine and gives it to Annette to cure her daughter, while she tangles with an out-of-control William. Sherry is cured, but Annette eventually dies of her injuries. The facility is set to self-destruct, and Claire, Sherry, and Leon board a train to escape.
Yeah.
Shit.
This is a good last mission.
Gotta get out of here.
Fighting the monster on the train and whatnot.
See, look at this. Look
With
how it's gone
Nest
through
destroyed,
everything.
the crew finally manages
Hell
to
and
escape
back.
the nightmare, and on the outskirts of Raccoon City, vow to continue their fight against Umbrella.
So, is it over?
I don't know. But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you damn right we will.
Evil. Outbreak.
Okay, Outbreak. This is another one that I don't think I played this one, or either I haven't played it or didn't actually get far enough to retain information. Have you played this one?
No, I don't think I have. But I do remember a standalone, not really necessarily a standalone game, but it was like a wave game. But I don't know if that was in number 6 where you could have the option to go against waves.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was 2 that came out around the same time.
Yeah.
While Jill, Leon, and Claire are dealing with their own issues amidst a zombie outbreak, 8 other Raccoon City residents are also in a desperate fight for survival. Most notably, local journalist Alyssa Ashcroft, an investigative reporter trying to spotlight Umbrella's evil ways. Alyssa manages to escape Raccoon City before its government-issued annihilation.
Ashcroft is the name of the family from number 9. The mom? I think that's
that's
Ashcroft.
the mom right there?
Yeah, I think so. No wonder I didn't know what was going
carrying
on.
information that could expose Umbrella once and for all.
Resident Evil 3.
Well, that was short. But didn't they already do? Oh, continued? Huh. What the hell?
Oh. Maybe they're showing the other half of the story.
Oh, because the timeline takes...
Yeah, because a different part of the timeline takes part. And then you jump into the game, like, later or earlier.
I see. Okay. You know, and it's interesting how they do this. I wonder if the other playlist is more of like a timeline like this, or if it's just all of the games that came out, timeline in reality, you know what I mean? And if it is a timeline video of like just when they dropped, that would be really cool to see that second video after this one, you know what I mean? Because I get it, but this is making it a little bit more confusing since I can't fully remember the plot of like, you know, all these games.
Yeah.
Especially number 3. Like I said, I didn't beat it, so...
Escape Raccoon City before its government-issued annihilation, carrying information that could expose Umbrella once and for all.
Damn it. Just want to hear a name.
While Jill, Leon, and Claire are dealing with their own issues amidst a zombie outbreak, 8 other Raccoon City residents are also in a desperate fight for survival. Most notably, local journalist
at the same time.
I gotta hear her name.
Alyssa Ashcroft.
God damn it, Bobby. Fuck. I know what's going on.
They're also in a desperate fight for survival. Most notably, local journalist Alyssa Ashcroft. Raccoon City before its government-issued annihilation, carrying information that could expose Umbrella once and for all.
Resident Evil 3.
Elsewhere in Raccoon City, Jill Valentine is infected with the T-virus. Fortunately, Carlos Oliveira, a merc who, despite being hired by Umbrella, is on the scene to not only cure Jill, but also help her find an important vaccine.
Come on. This shit better work.
At this point, our heroes discover the unfortunate news that the US government plans to wipe out Raccoon City with a missile strike, hoping to eradicate the infection. Carlos and Jill head to another underground lab, this time creatively called Nest 2. Unfortunately, Nemesis is still alive and very much in pursuit. Jill and Carlos manage to take out the abomination once and for all, and with the vaccine sample in hand, escape the city before the missile strike. Unfortunately, Nikolai, Carlos's former colleague / secret operative, is waiting and manages to destroy the vaccine vial. Jill and Carlos take down Nikolai, leaving him for dead, and escape just before the missile arrives to completely floor Raccoon City for good.
Wait, Jill never got the vaccine to cure herself.
That's where I was like...
Resident Evil.
Damn, Veronica? I remember this. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, this is a lot of... And this is going by so fast. I see now, like, why you need a 4-hour video. This is really speed running through. Yeah, all these... Oh, Revelations. That's right. Yeah, that was the other one. That came out around the time of 6. Damn, Code Veronica. Not gonna lie. I should speed by some fast. Especially some of these, like the Outbreak section. Or, yeah, with Alicia Ashcroft. I mean, they didn't really give too much information. Just 8 people that live in the city and all this good stuff. But I'm just trying to put at least, like, the names of each game. Or of the characters in each game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way I can recount. Because I had no idea that Leon was in this mini. I always kind of leaned towards Chris Redfield. Because I was like, oh, it seems like he's, like, the main dude. But low-key, Leon might even be in more games than him. Is what it's kind of looking like.
Yeah, man. When they had that movie a while ago, this is definitely a while ago. It was a Resident Evil movie, animated. But they literally had Leon go and talk to the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Like, that's how important this guy is.
Yeah,
he's been
really
in so
guy.
much missions, so much, like, secret ops. He's like, Leon's here. All right, send him in. The president wants to see him. You call for me, president? He's all walking in, like, nonchalant. I got a mission for you, Leon. He throws papers down at him.
It's actually kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
Also, a question for you guys. With Resident Evil 3? Yeah, with Resident Evil 3 and then Resident Evil 3 continued, is Resident Evil 3 continued just an add-on for the remake? Because that's kind of what it seemed like. Because I was wondering, because they're different characters, right? Resident Evil 3 is like the main cast that we know, and then the continued added Carlos. I don't know if it's Carlos and he's just saying Carlos. I don't know. The way he was saying it kind of sounds.
It's Carlos.
Okay, that's what I sounded kind of weird. You look like Carlos with the hair, but yeah. So is that just like a extension that they added for the remake, or did they have that exact same part in the original game as well?
3 months after escaping from Raccoon City, Claire Redfield, in search of her brother Chris, attempts to raid a European Umbrella facility before being captured. Claire is taken to an island prison commanded by Alfred Ashford, the governor of Rockfort Island. An outbreak...
Another Ashcroft?
To an island prison commanded by Alfred Ashford, the governor of Rockfort Island. An outbreak occurs, of course, and after being freed, Claire gets to work looking for Chris and escaping the island. There's no sign of Chris, so after much trouble, Claire escapes on a plane. Ashford, who it turns out has a split personality disorder and often believes himself to be his twin sister Alexia, takes control of the plane remotely and crashes it into another Umbrella facility, this time in Antarctica. It's also worth noting that during the crash...
Bro, there's no way.
Antarctica?
There's no fucking... Claire has been searching fucking the entire globe trying to find Chris, who went to Europe. Oh, so she's just trailing him.
Yeah, she's just trailing him.
So you went to Europe, and then she tried to go to Europe, and you probably came back. You know how mad I'd be? You can't call this man? I guess they don't have each other.
Well, he's going undercover trying to, like,
Yeah.
infiltrate Umbrella. So
Yeah.
to him to have a cell phone where they could, you know, find him if he's, like, around the facility and stuff.
Yeah,
kinda, you know.
exactly. That makes sense. Yeah, plus it's like, even if you got a phone number, it's not like you would have it, realistically. You know?
Yeah.
So, crazy work. Just seems like a lot. It seems like, hey, Chris, you didn't want to give me a call at some point. You didn't want, you know what I mean? You didn't want to check in on your sister. And say, I guess he was looking for her, too. He's always, yeah. It's crazy. Crazy family, man.
Well, he was only looking for her because he heard of the town was, like, in danger, and he knew that his sister was there. That's why he went into Raccoon City.
Number 2? Or which one? What are you talking about?
And just Resident Evil. And yeah, number 2. Yeah, number 2.
Yeah. But I mean, after that, like, you don't think, after everything you just seen, maybe you should, you know what I'm saying? Maybe check in on Sis, see if she got her face eaten off by a zombie. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy work. Yeah. Again, this is where the 4-hour video probably explains more of the actual in-depth, you know, thought process.
His twin sister Alexia takes control of the plane remotely and crashes it into another Umbrella facility, this time in Antarctica. It's also worth noting that during the crash, Claire spends a period unconscious here, during which she has a dream that turns out to be the plot of Resident Evil Survivor 2. Weird. Alfred, believing Claire to be a spy, also escapes Rockfort in a quest for revenge, and after he's fatally wounded, frees his actual sister Alexia, the person he previously believed or wished himself to be, who was cryogenically frozen and riddled with a new virus called T. Veronica. Meanwhile, back on Rockfort Island, wouldn't you know it, Chris has shown up looking for Claire. Instead, he runs into his old pal / mortal enemy, Wesker.
Long time no see, Chris.
You're still Veronica, huh?
Oh my god.
Who's still alive, super strong, and on a mission to find a T. Veronica sample. Turns out his plan was to be killed by the Tyrant so he could reach his full potential of some experimental virus he had or something like that. They both make their way to Antarctica, and Chris finally reunites with Claire, who then defeats a now very powerful Alexia before escaping as the facility, you guessed it, self-destructs.
Chris!
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
You know what?
Oh, and Chris and Claire vow to take down Umbrella. You seeing a pattern here?
There's still something we've got to do.
You mean...
Yeah, it's payback time. We've got to destroy Umbrella. Now, let's finish this once and for all.
You go, Chris.
You know what? That's why. That's why this motherfucker ain't never met the president, bruh. How many times? How long you been trying to take down Umbrella? Leon not even trying to take down Umbrella. He's literally just doing side missions, and he happens to be that guy. I see. Chris is over here looking for a sister half the time. And he says he always keeps his promises. Here we are in Resident Evil 4. You're not even in it.
Nope.
Shit's crazy, bro. I'm sitting here wondering, have they ever even Have they ever accomplished that goal yet in number 9?
They might accomplish it in number 8. Might accomplish it in number 7.
Yeah.
They might have done number 6, and we just don't know.
Maybe.
But that's why we're watching this. Before we get into Requiem, we wrecked in our brain cells.
Alright. I gotta make a whole nother page. A lot of stuff happened in Code Veronica, especially given I never played that one. Yeah, it's almost like all the plot lines come together.
And the family reunites.
6 years have now passed, and Umbrella is now long gone due to a government suspension and a stock value crash. Basically, the lamest way possible for a big bad to go out.
So Chris never even actually accomplished his. They basically just gave up. They're like, we've been fucking winning for too long. We're gonna go ahead and head out. Crazy work.
Leon Kennedy, the once rookie RPD officer, is now a government agent who's sent on a mission to rescue the president's daughter Ashley from her kidnappers in rural Spain. Leon discovers that not only are her kidnappers a cult called Los Illuminados, but they're also infected by a brand new mind-controlling parasite called Las Plagas.
Yeah, this is the reason he has such a close relationship with the president. I forgot that it was his daughter. I didn't even think about that.
I said that earlier. Go save the president's daughter, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
I just didn't know her name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, because we were talking about number 4. They called him in number 4 to go?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the movie, because the animation movie
in the movie, he walks into the offices and does, like, missions and stuff like that. And they bring up the topic of, thank you for getting my daughter back.
From the past.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying he went in that office and he told him to go get his daughter back that time. That's what the way that it jumped from that, it kind of threw me off. I remember.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Also, I just didn't connect the dots. See you later.
During the rescue, Leon coincidentally bumps into an old flame, Ada Wong.
You can stop right there, Leon.
So she didn't die.
Wouldn't make me use this, would you?
Who turns out to not be dead and is once again on the hunt for a virus. After rescuing Ashley, Leon confronts the cult's leader, Sadler, and with the help of Ada, they defeat him.
Renegade.
Bringing down the parasite and all the hordes he infected.
I'll give you a holy body.
Ada, once again showing her true colours, takes the Las Plagas sample and escapes by helicopter. But not before, setting the base to self-destruct.
I don't understand. Why would she just...
I take back what I say. Ada's not the goat. She needs to go ahead and die.
Leon and Ashley manage to escape very dramatically on a jet ski and appear to ride it all the way back from Spain to the US. I mean, they probably just went back to the mainland and took a more traditional route, but imagining they jet skied across the Atlantic is funnier. So let's say they did that.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Shortly after the events of Resident Evil 4, we're finally reunited with our original protagonists, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, who are now involved in a new investigation into bioorganic weapons, which results in them discovering a new strain of the T-virus called T-Abyss, a weapon that the latest new evil organization Veltro plans to use, infecting 1/5 of the world's oceans. Ultimately, there's a lot of betrayal and evil plots here, with names and organizations that mostly don't feature in the wider series, except for one, the BSAA, short for the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. Chris and Jill are founding members, and this new organization's motives become the driving force for these characters going forward. Naturally, Chris and Jill survive the events of Revelations, taking us directly into the next chapter of Resident Evil.
Number 5.
Resident Evil 5.
Lost in Nightmares.
2 years after Resident Evil 4, our original bad Wesker is still on the loose. Chris and Jill, now under the banner of the BSAA, follow a lead towards Umbrella's founder Oswald E. Spencer, but instead run into Albert Wesker, who has killed Spencer.
Gosh.
Wesker, seemingly even more powerful than before and now dodging bullets for fun, is more than a match for Chris and Jill. To save Chris's life, Jill sacrifices herself, sending both her and Wesker to their deaths. Chris, understandably, is a bit sad.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, my mind is just blown because I remember number 5. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not gonna... I'll wait for us to get there. Lost in Nightmare. So is Lost in Nightmare, is that supposed to be a separate game, or is that just a certain mission? Because I remember playing that mission. I'm assuming that's just like a mission. Because Yeah, I don't know why it'd be a whole nother separate game. Damn,
I think you fight Wesker in number 5 like that too, but then you fight Jill.
Yeah, you do. But that's the part that I was like, is it a separate mission? Because yeah, you definitely fight Jill, who has the thing on her chest, and that's why I said I was going to get to that later because they'll probably say it. But like, yeah, Jill got taken over and she has a thing on her chest, and then you fight her. You rip the thing off of her chest, and then you fight Wesker at the same time, and you have Sheva there with you. But yeah, that part that it just showed of her going out the window, I'm like, huh, I don't remember fighting Wesker with Jill. Crazy work, man.
Resident Evil 5.
Almost 3 years after Jill's death, Chris is tasked with apprehending terrorist Ricardo Irving, who is selling bioorganic weapons in Africa.
Wow, perceptive.
This one was crazy.
Along with his new partner Sheva, Chris discovers that the locals are infected by a modified Las Plagas parasite. Chris is also informed by the BSAA that Jill could still be alive. After defeating a mutated Irving, Chris and Sheva learn that Tricell, the company that funds the BSAA, had taken over Umbrella's CD work in conjunction with a, would you believe it, still alive Wesker, who's been conducting human experiments.
Wesker, you are alive.
Unfortunately, one of his victims is Jill, who is also still alive and now under Wesker's control. Chris and Sheva manage to subdue Jill and remove the mind control device before it's too late. Wesker tries to flee on a bomber, which crash lands into, of all places, a volcano.
Makes sense.
After some brief boulder punching, Chris and Sheva finally kill Wesker once and for all. And all is well in the world, for now.
Locked and loaded.
Suck on this, Wesker.
Your time's up, you son of a bitch.
I didn't dodge that.
Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Shout out to Sheva. I want to, hopefully, I can't say shout out to Ada Wong anymore because she's a chump, but Sheva, you know, she's the new one.
She's the new one.
She's the new apple in my eye, as they say. You know, yeah.
Redfield.
And she was hot. Very hot in that movie. / game.
Younger sister of Chris and now a member of TerraSafe, an anti-bio-terror company, once again finds herself trapped on an island with her new partner, Moira Burton, daughter of Barry Burton. Remember him? He's the Jill sandwich guy.
He would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
This island, an abandoned...
What? I don't remember that part.
Trapped on an island with her new partner, Moira Burton, daughter of Barry Burton. Remember him? He's the Jill sandwich guy.
He would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
This island, an abandoned prison, isn't a nice place to be. While being stalked by mysterious monsters are directed around this labyrinth by someone known as the Overseer.
Who the f is quoting poetry?
After all the typical Resident Evil hijinks involving other survivors, shady corporations and betrayal, it's revealed that the Overseer is called Alex Wesker. Although she does share a surname though, she's not actually a relative of the infamous villain. Stay tuned for that later. But rather a kidnapped child who was snatched for her talents and inducted into the Wesker Project, a sinister plot developed by Oswald E. Spencer to try and develop a race of superior beings using the T-Phobos virus. Another virus, blimey.
I have to destroy you!
Alex has been doing her own experiments on the prison island, injecting a virus into her victims and creating a fresh batch of monstrosities. Eventually, Claire and Moira corner Alex, and now, with nowhere left to run, Alex commits suicide. But not before, say it with me, setting the base to self-destruct.
That's crazy.
Claire manages to escape, but unfortunately Moira is trapped under rubble. Enter Big Daddy Barry.
Moira.
6 months pass before Barry reaches the island, desperately chasing Moira's SOS signal. But before finding his daughter, he runs into a still alive, but mutated Alex Wesker.
That's not enough to live. I want to transcend.
After more survival horror hijinks, Barry eventually comes face to face with Alex, who's now heavily mutated into a final glowing orange target covered form. Fortunately, both a still alive Moira and a returning Claire Redfield with a rocket launcher arrive to swing the odds in Barry's favour.
Wait a minute, what the fuck? I thought Barry died. I'm so lost right now. Is this a flashback? I'm kind of... I thought Barry was dead, bro. Like 20 games ago. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. He definitely wrote down his name. Resident Evil number 1. Did he not die, y'all? I missed that. Because, yeah. What the fuck? Because only Jill and Chris left in Resident Evil 1, I thought. So.
If this is... It's in the timeline's in line. So if he's still alive, this should have been like towards the front and not back here. You know what I mean? Unless we missed something where he said Big Daddy Barry, he's back.
Well, see how they're showing like this is from Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
So that's where I was thinking.
Right.
Maybe some of these clips. Shit. She looks. Oh, damn! Every time they do a remake, because this is the older version of the game.
Yeah.
Revelations Part 2. I guess it still looks. Is it still old? Still looks kind of old.
It still looks pretty old.
Fuck it, man. See, they're showing like this little girl. He came when she was a little girl, but then it showed her older. This is definitely from like a newer game, so this must be a flashback scene. You know what I'm saying? Because this is higher quality, I think. Yeah, look at her face. Compared to like this shit. Is it? I don't know. Fuck this game, bro. I never played this. I see why I never played this bullshit. Alright, let's just...
Is trapped under rubble. Enter Big Daddy Barry.
Moira. Said she was trapped.
6 months pass before Barry reaches the island, desperately chasing Moira's SOS signal.
6 months passed before he reached the island. Wait, 6 months passed?
After Myra sent out the SOS.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
He's still alive.
Oh. Okay, so he must have been... Oh, okay. Jesus, all this jumping around is killing me. I see. Okay, it's self-destructing. I gotcha.
Claire manages to escape, but unfortunately Moira is trapped under rubble. Enter Big Daddy Barry.
Moira.
6 months pass before Barry reaches the island, desperately chasing Moira's SOS signal. But before finding his daughter, he runs into a still alive but mutated Alex Wesker.
That's not enough to live.
I see.
I want to transcend.
Still alive.
After more survival horror hijinks, Barry eventually comes face to face with Alex, who's now heavily mutated into a final glowing orange target covered form. Fortunately, both a still alive Moira and a returning Claire Redfield with a rocket launcher arrive to swing the odds in Barry's favour.
Okay, this all makes sense.
Man, these rocket launcher scenes are
Ooh, that one's
crazy.
epic.
In the epilogue, Claire receives a message about...
Epilogue, hold on. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. So fucking Chris and, or Chris Redfield and Claire, Myra. Jesus Christ. Moira. So yeah, Jill and Myra. Moira.
Claire.
Claire?
Claire Redfield.
Claire Redfield and Moira? Moira. Alright, Claire and Moira. They are gonna go leave. Claire gets away. She stays. 6 months later, Dad comes. They're getting out. Claire shows back up to help him and daughter, so they all can escape. That's what I got.
No, so while they're playing the game on the island, they're already stuck on the island. So Myra already sent out the SOS months ago before Claire met up with her. So that whole time, the dad finally shows up on the island, and then finds that little girl, and then finds the heavily mutated Wesker wannabe girl, and that's when he starts fighting. So that's when they escape onto the helicopter.
But they said 6 months passed. That's
right,
what I'm talking
when
about.
Claire sent out the SOS when they were already originally started trapped on the island.
It wasn't Claire, it was the daughter.
It was Myra. She was already there on the island.
Hold on. You're saying all these things, but I think this is the part where we're having the mix-up, right? Is the Myra sending out the signal? You're saying Claire sent it out. I think it was
to say Myra.
Oh, okay, that's the part.
Myra, yeah.
Or you can't keep skipping over it and then going and then expect me to just mentally.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying Myra sent it out, and then 6 months was passing while they were playing the game.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought she got trapped and then Claire got away because it says that Claire's returned. So Claire left her and then came back, is what I'm getting.
Right, because in in the games, most of the times your partner or the person you're playing with gets trapped and has to go through another course. So then you proceed playing the game by yourself solo until you meet up with each other again.
But is that how that happened, or are you just guessing?
I'm guessing that's how it happened.
Okay. I see. Last time we're sorry, this is a crazy video. I just want to hear this part because I'm like, I feel like he was...
I think you gotta replay the whole thing from the beginning.
No, just right here.
Claire manages to escape, but unfortunately Moira is trapped under rubble. Enter Big Daddy Barry.
Moira.
6 months pass before Barry reaches the island.
See? That's why I'm like, the way they just said that made it seem like Claire got away, she was trapped, and then 6 months passed, and then he shows up.
Desperately chasing Moira's SOS signal.
Moira was the one that would send out the SOS.
Yes.
But before finding his daughter, he runs into a...
He doesn't find Claire and his daughter, he just finds his daughter. That means Claire's gone.
He hasn't found any of them yet.
They just said he just found his daughter. Moira, right here. He's literally... Isn't that right here? Her right there? And that's him right there? And that's him finding her?
That's the girl that was getting worked on in the that chamber back there.
Okay. Here, listen.
Desperately chasing Moira's SOS signal. But before finding his daughter, he runs into a still alive but mutated Alex Wesker.
That's Alex Wesker. The Burt mutated one.
Yes.
So that other girl, I'm assuming, is his daughter, because he said before finding her, he runs into her. Or is that just some random girl?
Some random girl.
Okay, we'll take that.
Not enough to live. I want to transcend.
After more survival horror hijinks, Barry eventually comes face to face with Alex, who's now heavily mutated into a final glowing orange target covered form. Fortunately, both a still alive Moira and a returning Claire Redfield with a rocket launcher arrive to swing the odds in Barry's favour. In the epilogue, Claire receives a message about her brother Chris Redfield and his jaunt to China to handle another bioterror threat.
Yeah, well, tell Piers to look after him.
Right, next up is...
So Barry just never found his daughter, and then they just showed up to save him. He came there to save them, but he never did anything useful at all. He found some random stranger that they don't even explain to us, and then they fucking... Jesus Christ, y'all. We should have watched the 4-hour video, bro. At this point, I'm like, damn. I'm getting more confused than when I started this shit.
Resident Evil 6, which features not one, but 3 interwoven campaigns, and it all gets very messy.
What?
Deep breath. Let's just get through this.
It's been messy, bro.
Evil 6.
In 2012, a new virus surfaced from a company dubbed Neo Umbrella, led by someone who appears to be Ada Wong.
Jesus, bro. Kill her. At this point. Die.
Series newcomer Jake Muller is believed to be the key to the vaccine due to his antibodies. The reason Jake is immune is, well, because unlike Alex Wesker, he's actually Wesker's child.
So, you're Wesker Jr.
Wesker? You lost me.
Oh, Jake, this guy seems kind of important, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way. I definitely never played this one.
I didn't.
But I remember when this came out.
Yeah.
In 2013, the American president decides that enough is enough with all these bioterror incidents, and it's time to spill the beans about what really happened in Raccoon City. However, before he can, there's another infection attack, and the president, now a zombie, has to be taken down by his loyal agent and series favourite, Leon Kennedy. Ada Wong then arrives and tells Leon that National Security Advisor Derek Simmons is affiliated with Neo Umbrella, and behind the terror attack that zombified the Prez. Leon heads to China in pursuit of Simmons. Chris Redfield, now racked with post-traumatic stress and a thirst for revenge after his team was slaughtered by Ada, also heads to China, as does Jake, because, you know, plot.
Hell yeah!
Right, there's a lot going on here, so let's do this bit really quickly. Chris finds out Jake's true identity, and despite an awkward moment when Chris tells Jake he's killed his dad, they mostly work it out. Simmons dies, Chris's mate Piers is wounded, and then grows a new arm with the C-Virus and saves Chris. Jake kills his boss, who's not worth talking about, and we also find out that there are 2 Adas, one being an imposter called Carla, and that explains all the outfit changes, and finally all the good guys win and go their separate ways. Basically, a lot is going on, and it's not very good, so maybe just ignore this bit.
The president would have done the same.
Resident Evil 6.
The crazy part is, even though they said it was complicated, it was more simple than the previous section of Revelations. Yeah. At least the way he explained it was pretty okay. All the plot lines came together. They saved the day. It was 2 Adas. So, low-key, Ada could still be the GOAT. You know, the good Ada.
In 2017, Ethan Winters is searching for his missing wife, Mia, eventually following the trail deep into Louisiana, where he finds her imprisoned by a very odd and very disgusting family, the Bakers.
Welcome to the family, son.
Ethan is attacked and captured by Jack Baker, and then forced to join in with a vomit-inducing family dinner with his wife Marguerite, son Lucas, and an elderly woman.
Oh my god.
It turns out this family has been infected.
Cuts off the son's hand for back talking. Oh yeah, he's missing a hand. I remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this family's sick.
What in the hills have eyes?
Yep.
Jeez, this is Louisiana?
Louisiana. Down there south. Mm-hmm. I reckon.
Maybe no. I don't know if they talk about it.
Y'all never been down so south, have you?
Yeah, my family's from the south. Family's from Memphis, Tennessee. That's the south. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, some of them people like that be talking like this and y'all like that. You know what I'm saying?
By something called mold, some sort of parasitic fungal virus that has the added benefit of resilience, but the downside of making you a bit gross. After escaping and managing to kill hideous forms of Jack and Marguerite, Ethan reunites with his wife and develops a serum to help shake off her apparent mold infection. After trying to flee on a boat, the vessel is capsized by a mysterious creature that turns out to be a girl named Evelyn, a bioweapon that Mia, who it turns out is a secret agent, was tasked with escorting. Turns out Evelyn was responsible for the Baker family's mind-altering infection, because she was desperate for her own family. You know, like all bioweapons are, classic stuff.
Listen, the girl just wants a family of her own.
Side note, you can also find a note from Alyssa Ashcroft in Resident Evil 7. Remember her from Resident Evil Outbreak? Turns out she's still a jobbing journo who's investigating the disappearances in Louisiana. After injecting Evelyn with a toxin, she reverts to her true form as the old woman at the Baker's disgusting dinner. Turns out that she's been rapidly aging. Evelyn mutates into a giant blob like all classic Resident Evil bosses, and after a final confrontation with Ethan, with a little help from a recently arrived military squad, she's finally destroyed. In a final twist, the leader of the military squad is revealed to be none other than a very different looking Chris Redfield, emerging from a helicopter that's branded Umbrella.
Who the fuck is this dude? You know, motherfucking
Be none other than a very
Jesus Christ.
different looking Chris Redfield, emerging from a helicopter that's branded Umbrella.
It's not even the same dude. 7. This shit's crazy.
After Ethan escapes, Chris and his team pursue Lucas Baker, who it turns out was never actually under Evelyn's mind control due to a serum provided to him by a new shadowy organization called The Connections. The Connections were behind Evelyn's creation, and they were using Lucas to gather more data on her. But he also planned to betray his masters anyway, you know, like every Resident Evil villain ever.
Lucas!
After finally working his way through a series of traps, Chris manages to kill a mutated Lucas and finally returns to base for an urgent call.
Game over.
Good one, Chris. God damn!
Resident Evil.
Over 3 years later, Ethan and Mia's Eastern Europe-based family Bliss is violently interrupted by the Hound Wolf Squad, led by returning and turtlenecked Chris Redfield, who now oddly looks like he did before Resident Evil 7 again. Weird.
This is him now?
But that says Ethan though.
Ethan, no. Kill me. Yeah. Maybe that's not him.
Over 3 years later, Ethan and Mia's Eastern Europe-based family Bliss is violently interrupted by the Hound Wolf Squad, led by returning and turtlenecked Chris Redfield, who now oddly looks like he did before Resident Evil 7 again. Weird. Chris and his goons shockingly and mercilessly gun down Mia and then kidnap Ethan and his child, Rosemary.
No!
What are we even doing at this point? What's even happening? My mind just got fucked up. You're not serious. There's no way. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna leave a note for later to talk about this. We paused it a lot more than I thought we were gonna have to. This timeline is actually crazy. Probably one of the craziest timelines I think I've ever went through. I thought Warhammer was crazy. I thought League really wasn't that crazy. It was pretty. This shit's insane.
What
Why?
Ethan wakes to find himself stuck in a rural village and runs into terrified villagers who've been cowering from a horde of marauding lycans. Ethan, on a desperate quest to find his missing daughter Rose, works his way through the abandoned village and into a nearby castle inhabited by vampires, most notably an enormous goth mummy called Lady Dimitrescu.
Hey, I know her.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
Lady D, along with a group of oddities, belong to a worshipping cult for Mother Miranda, a godlike, mold-infected leader, who, in a quest to bring her daughter back to life, ended up becoming consumed by the infection and spreading it to her 4 elevated lords and houses. In his journeys, Ethan discovers a crest for these 4 lords that looks eerily similar to Umbrella's logo. Hey, remember them? Ethan's journey to rescue Rose and take down Miranda's lords eventually leads him to Chris Redfield. Chris explains that the Mia he gunned down wasn't actually Mia at all, but rather a shape-shifting Mother Miranda, who considered Ethan and Mia's daughter Rose to be the Evelyn successor based on the fact that both her parents were infected by the mold.
She changed her appearance and pretended to be Mia. Seems she also survived being shot, so now I'm here to finish the job.
Rose was born with unique properties, and after Miranda finally confronted Ethan in her true form, she explained that the mold would help rebirth Rose as her daughter Eva. Miranda then, without hesitation...
What the fuck was that? Whoa. Oh, wow. Visually, that looks amazing.
Parents were infected.
Bro, what is this contraption? I didn't even mentally comprehend. Is that a tank?
Tank, missile, chainsaw, machine gun.
Go. What do you need the chainsaw?
Tractor. Like, literally, you got a tractor.
That's crazy.
He's digging for something, bro.
Oh, and he has a. What is that in the front? Is that a?
It's a tractor. Crane. Hook. Like
Shit's crazy.
The excavator front bucket. It's the bucket. Damn it! I was trying to think about it. It's the bucket.
Oh man,
this guy has everything on that contraption right there, which is mind blowing.
This shit's getting silly. This shit's gotten silly a long time ago. At least Chris isn't a bad guy.
Right.
I wasn't gonna be able to handle that, to be honest.
By the mold.
She changed her appearance and pretended to be Mia. Seems she also survived being shot, so now I'm here to finish the job.
Rose was born with unique properties, and after Miranda finally confronted Ethan in her true form, she explained that the mold would help rebirth Rose as her daughter Eva. Miranda then, without hesitation, rips out Ethan's heart.
Miranda, you coward! Come out and face me!
Damn. Ask me, shall receive.
Don't worry. Your death will come quick. You will join the Megamycetes records.
Oh, I thought this was worse.
Chris and the Hound Wolf squad launch a full assault against Mother Miranda, battling through her waves of monsters and destroying a large mold barrier that's now protecting her. Once inside, Chris and the team discover a large mold root that's called the Megamycete. That turns out to be the source of the mold that's plagued the village, but also the Baker family in Resident Evil 7. Turns out, the Megamycete not only infects its victims, but it also absorbs their DNA and memories. Chris plants a detonation device, but before destroying the mold once and for all, decides to pass through Miranda's lab for one last lore dump. He discovers the entirety of Miranda's plan and her quest to find a suitable vessel for her daughter Ava's consciousness to be reborn into. Miranda was also responsible for the creation of Evelyn, working with the connections. Later in the lab, Chris discovers the biggest shock of all, when it's revealed that Oswald E. Spence, founder of Umbrella, was actually a student of Miranda, and began work on the progenitor virus based on her teachings.
Damn.
Whoa, that's huge. Wow, that's crazy.
Founder of Umbrella.
The virus that's founded in Africa. Yeah. It's funny because I remember number 5 coming out and people being like, damn, so we're just shooting Africans now? Like, so I remember that was the whole thing. Yeah, we were just mad confused. But here it comes all full circle, though. I guess they explained it a couple games after that. I just never played the Revelations and all that stuff. Damn, I will call it Umbrella. That's wild.
was actually a student of Miranda and began work on the progenitor virus based on her teachings. To honor this, the Umbrella logo took inspiration from Miranda's Four Lords symbol that Ethan discovered earlier. Not only was Miranda responsible for everything in Resident Evil 7 and Village, but she was also the inspiration that started it all. After Chris finally works his way through the exposition hallway, he discovers the true and very much alive Mia, who reveals that Ethan also isn't quite dead yet. It's revealed that Miranda didn't kill Ethan, Jack Baker did, way back in the start of Resident Evil 7. Yeah. Ethan was infected by mold, which had been keeping him moving this entire time, and explained how a man could regularly reattach body parts with just a bit of healing juice.
Wow.
Despite this, Ethan is falling apart, but can muster enough for one last stand with Mother Miranda, where upon defeating the big bad once and for all, he manages to pass...
That shit's crazy. Hold on.
Despite this, Ethan is falling apart, but can muster enough...
Did he shoot her in the face?
No, the thing behind her killed her.
Okay. I thought he just shot past his baby and hit her in the face and then went and grabbed the baby. I was going to say
one last stand with Mother Miranda, where upon defeating the big bad once and for all, he manages to pass his daughter to Chris and take ownership of a detonation device that would destroy the village, the mold, and himself once and for all. Ethan triggers the explosion as Chris, Mia, and Rose escape. In 2037, a now much older Rose is learning about her abilities, one of which is the power to connect with a surviving piece of the mold root recovered from the incident 16 years prior. After jacking in, Rose enters a new realm, full of the memories from the victims the Megamycete had consumed. Whoa. Rose then takes a jaunt through a version of the village, guided by a spirit called Michael, who ends up being Ethan's remaining consciousness. She's also taunted by the trapped consciousness of Mother Miranda, who is desperate to escape the realm. With the help of Ethan and her newfound abilities, Rose manages to defeat Mother Miranda and share one last moment with her father before she returns to the real world.
I love you, Rose.
I love you too, Dad.
In the aftermath, Rose visits Ethan's grave while shadowed by a mysterious agent who calls her Evelyn. And after threatening him, Rose reveals that she has abilities that even Chris doesn't know about.
Oh, it's just a joke, Rose.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
Hey.
I think that's good.
We have a clear shot. Stand down.
And that's it, the entire plot of Resident Evil that matters before you dive into Resident Evil Requiem. Yes, we skipped over some bits here or there, but there's a lot to cover in the wacky world of Resident Evil. Now, excuse me while I set my base to self-destruct and vow to get my revenge. And if you like that video, why not check out our final hands-on preview of Resident Evil Requiem. And for everything else Resi, stick with IGN.
Look at that abomination baby down there. Crazy.
I don't look like no baby.
That face. Yeah. Then look at this. Resident Evil. Is it still fun today? Interesting topic that I might watch later on my own time.
Well, if they don't have the base self-destructing and blowing up at the end, I don't think it is fun.
Luckily they did. Oh wait.
And I'm talking about
Requiem. Oh, the next one, yeah.
Yeah, the next one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. This video turned out to be a lot longer than anticipated.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that. What, 27-minute video that ended up being essentially an hour. Imagine if we would have did the 4-hour video. Now I'm over here thinking like, you know what I mean? 8 hours of craziness. I just don't know. There was another 3-hour version too. Now that we actually got a base though, if we did watch a longer video, it would be easier to go through it. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have to pause it and do it. Jesus Christ.
No. Maybe. If you guys want.
It would be a lot easier. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, we gotta find some more notebooks and write them down.
Well, I got good notes. Y'all saw how much I was taking notes. I at least have every single game, the important plot points of like what characters are in that game, and then what is the main point of that game. As long as I know that, you know. But a lot of these I didn't realize how many games I actually haven't played. I thought it went from like Resident Evil 5 to where, I haven't played number 6, Village, and something else. I didn't know that there was 5, Revelation. I didn't know anything about the Revelation series. A lot of people told me that one didn't even matter, but
Seems like
which, you know,
a little bit.
I see why people say that. That's Revelations 2 is the one with Barry's daughter and Joe Valentine. And number 6 with Jake Wesker's child. That one
that was crazy.
Seems like a big deal, but have they actually built with anything off of that? They didn't really explain how that ends, or what happens to Jake. Does he? Yeah, what happens to him?
I think they just go about their day.
Well, he's the cure to the virus, so they use him to heal the world. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's just going about your day. Either he dies and they don't heal the world, or
I don't think he's a cure. I think they were just saying he's immune and he just has part of the T virus, and that's not infecting himself or anybody else.
Well, the key to the cure, because his body's immune, if you can give that to everyone can be immune essentially. Yeah. So yeah, it just seems like that's a big part of it. But again, Resident Evil, everything from Resident Evil after 6, 7, 7 going forward is all the stuff with the mold infection, which is, I knew nothing about none of that. So all of that was new to me, to be honest. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil Village, and then that end bit of Shadow of Rose. I do say, though, that ending portion of Shadow of Rose, I'm concerned for his daughter, Rose, saying things like, hey, you don't know what I can do. Don't tell me that. After everything we've seen the past 9 games, when that man was like, I got the shot, I'm like, hey, do it, bro. Fuck it. Fuck it. I can't risk it. He must not know what's going on. You know what I mean? He must be new here, so. Or he has an emotional attachment to her to where, Chris told him to take care of her, so they're, indebted. Shout out to Chris, though. He stayed the GOAT.
He did.
I thought he was the GOAT.
The games, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was the GOAT, and now I'm like, nah, Chris is that. I take back what I said. A lot of changed feelings throughout this. I realized because of the games that I played, it painted a certain perception. But, I mean, for the most part, it all ended up being the same way at the end. Like, I was like, oh, it is the GOAT. And then they said there was 2 of her and all this craziness, and one of her was the bad one, and, this and that. But by the end of it, I assumed that the good one was still good, Crazy plot line.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Chris coming in to kill Ethan's family, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't actually kill your wife. I killed a duplicate clone of your wife that actually was an imposter, and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff's crazy.
Yeah, and I like how they went to first person in, like, those last...
a couple games. Well,
just Biohazard itself, because that was, like, split into 3 different games. DLCs, genres, and stuff.
Oh, yeah. All the... That's why I took the notes.
Yeah.
That's the one with the 3 different plot lines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're coming back with Requiem. It's going to be a third-person shooter.
Oh, did you say Biohazard?
Biohazard.
Oh, okay. That's the one that they go to Louisiana with the family.
With Ethan.
Yeah.
And then you have Ethan again with the next one.
Village.
Yeah. That has Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Revelation's crazy. Revelations and Revelations 2. Those do kind of seem like they don't matter as much as the other ones. Because they basically go to, Antarctica to look for each other in those.
That was in a Codex Veronica.
Yeah, Code Veronica. Oh, Antarctica, yeah. Why does Jill go to... Oh, yeah, Revelations number 1 was when Chris and Jill versus Wesker, and they fall out of the window. Oh, yeah, that's what Jill disappears. Man, fuck this series, bro. I'm over it. I'm over it at least for the night. At least for the next week or so. I'm glad we did this in enough time before... I think the game comes out the end of the month.
Just about the end of the month, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of... It's a lot of years of information. It's my entire life of Resident Evil, honestly.
Yeah?
I played number 2 on N64. I was a small child. I know that. You know what I mean? I couldn't beat the game. I know that. And then I had to go and do other stuff. And then later on, I came back and beat that.
My relatives didn't let me not play the game. They literally told me, hey, shut off all the lights. We're playing a video game. And then I'm like, I don't want to play.
Yeah. That's why
I sit there and watch us play. And now I sit there and watch them play.
Exactly.
I guess jump scared.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get jump scared.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like clowns. That's why I don't like being in the dark. That's why I believe in ghosts.
Damn.
I have a lot of trauma. But it was trauma that built up to getting used to it, to playing the games, to like appreciating a lot of the bases getting self-destruct and all
that stuff. Yeah. Honestly, it is always fun when you get to the end of it and you're like, oh, I have to hurry up and get out of this place. We have a timer. And that part of it is iconic to Resident Evil. Like I said, a number... everyone, I guess. I was going to say the number, whatever the case when I'm escaping. But yeah, pretty much everyone where you're trying to escape at the end with the little girl or escape with Sheva or whatever the case. It's always kind of like the most fun part because it's like the time attack portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Village too. Yeah.
And I didn't realize how many...
Not Village 4.
How many, like, rocket launchers was in the series that they used.
Rocket launchers and chainsaws.
Like, damn, dude. Like, I get it. You want to make everything suspenseful and explosive and, like, crazy. But, like, almost every game, like, that's crazy.
See, the games where they try to go bigger than that is, like, Village, where they build that fucking contraption with the chainsaw. They're like, what else can you do?
That one was crazy.
So it's like they really don't have too many more options.
Just imagine. I don't even think that would be, like, cost effective. Like, how are you supposed to...
I mean, it's cost effective. I think he built that. I don't know who built that. That's why I am going to have to somehow go through these other videos. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm going to do an 8-hour reaction to these, but, like, yeah, I have to at least somehow. Maybe if I went through and I did, like, the cinematics, all the cinematics of this game, or, like, all this... That might take forever, bro. I don't know.
All the cinematics?
You guys give me for a specific game, just an individual game. You know what I mean? Like, just the cutscenes from Revelation, and then just watch all those. That'd probably be 2 hours by itself. That'll probably take like 48 hours to get through all the games.
Usually with all the cinematics and cutscenes, if you do the cutscenes with those cinematics, that's easily like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Easily 2 hours.
I don't know, man. Y'all recommend some things. I want to keep diving into Resident Evil, but... we just, how do we do it in a way that's just reasonable? You know what I mean? You guys saw this last hour of chaos. Yeah, I think this is the most I paused.
Yeah, this is literally...
Yeah. Because I literally had... Because they skip over a section so fast. You know what I mean? Like, they skip over this huge part of the story in, like, 30 seconds. And I understand why. There's, however many games are on this. However many games that is,
It's like 12.
Yeah, when you're trying to get all of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, when you're trying to get all the information from like however many 12 mini games or so, that's a lot. Yeah, because they don't release a Resident Evil every year either, so it's like every 2 years. So it's like 24 plus years of games releasing. It's wild, man.
It is wild.
Oh, it was about Chris Redfield. Yeah, no, I'm just glad that they kept Chris Redfield, that guy. Mm-hmm. Now I see why Leon has to come back in the next, because Chris has been putting in work. And honestly, he did keep his promise. He said that we would be shutting down the shit for end, and by the end of it, with Village, he showed up at the end and he killed the person who was the original, who inspired the person that created the whole T-Bar. So yeah, or created the whole Umbrella. Yeah. Even though there's like 15 other facilities and but he founded BSAA, and they went on to really shutting the whole shit down. So shout out to Chris, man. Shout out to Chris. I wonder where his sister in these past couple of games. I wonder where his sister was at, because she founded the whole company with them, but
probably doing some other mission, or we'll meet up with him in Requiem.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how everyone's relationships cross over. Like when you're playing these different games in the beginning,
it is pretty crazy.
Yeah, when you're playing these games in the beginning and you have Ada Wong betraying Chris, and then you have this happening, that happening, and Chris is looking for a sister, and then Leon meets Chris's sister, and next thing you know, Leon had a relationship with Ada Wong, and it's just like, damn, bro, are they actually really that connected? You know what I mean? Like, can people actually be like that intertwined? That's like fate shit.
Small world, man.
It's not a small.
It's a small world for them.
Yeah. I guess, they all have some type of tie to Raccoon City, so they're at least live in the same area, from the same small town growing up or some shit. Who knows?
Well, the only small town would have been Claire and Leon and Jill. No, not Jill, because Jill's there with the team, the Star team, Star Beta, to come after Alpha. Like, that was the only time they were actually kind of close to Raccoon City, but they went to the mansion.
But you have to think, like, when they went into Raccoon City, like, half the time they were driving in and stuff like that, so it's where you drive. That means you're within the same state.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, if they all go to, like, the police force within Raccoon City, or they go to, like, this Black Ops and they go back home to Raccoon City, they all have, like, some type of tied to that surrounding area. I don't even know what state is Raccoon City supposed to take place in. Do we know? Yeah. If you guys know that information, that'd be a fun fact, honestly.
Colorado. I'm going to guess Colorado.
I could see that.
'Cause it's in the woods, in the mountains, central place of medical stuff.
Colorado, yeah. Honestly, that sounds cool. And there's enough things there towards like.
Or could be in Washington, not Washington here, but like Washington D.C.
Oh yeah, the president
up north.
You have to save the president's daughter and stuff. How does she get there? Yeah, man. Who knows? All right, man. I think we're gonna go ahead and cut this video there. A lot of questions. Hopefully, we get a lot of different answers and things from you guys. I always go through all the comments, and you know, I'll pretty much like and heart everyone just to make sure that people know that I go through all of them. Depending on how crazy the video gets, you know, we have videos of 200,000 views and sometimes, you know, 400 comments. You know, I'll get to it eventually. You know, unless you send it 2 months, 5 months down the line or some shit like that. So the faster you comment, the faster I can read it, the faster I can respond to it and all that good jazz.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So long.
Thank you guys for being here and sticking with us with this episode. Until then, we'll see you guys in another lore.
If you guys got through this whole video, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more video game, lore diving, Resident Evil, all of the above. All right, y'all. Much love. Peace.